Baltimore, a city reeling from decades of drug wars. On its gritty streets,
Baltimore
young Xavier Johnson, later known as Lil X, came of age. Born in 1990, Johnson grew up amid the high-rise projects and stoop-lined blocks of southwest Baltimore. Authorities later described places like Cherry Hill as being terrorized for years
Cherry
by
Hill.
gangs.
Oh my God, Cherry Hill sound like the ghetto. Do your homework on the ghetto, bro.
Selling heroin, cocaine, and into this world of entrenched poverty and crime, Xavier found a voice through rap. By the mid-2010s, Johnson had adopted the stage name Lil X and begun recording music about the life he knew. His lyrics painted a raw picture of Baltimore street life, detailing his rough life in southwest Baltimore. In 2016, he even gained notice from the Atlanta-based label 300 Entertainment. These early tracks, boasting of money and survival, earned him underground buzz. He styled himself as Lil X, the South Baltimore Godfather, a persona that blended his hometown roots.
Them the custies right there, boy. He got a bunch of cut. He got a bunch of coke. He got a bunch of in the video. That's how you know he's selling. He got the right behind. Hey, y'all do this video for me, then I'll serve y'all in a minute. All right. I ain't never in my 26 years seen nothing like that, shorty. He got the custies that he's serving in the music video, bro. Do your homework on that. FBI, open up!
Baltimore Godfather, a persona that blended his hometown roots. Social media and YouTube videos show Lil X flaunting luxury cars and stacks of cash. To local fans, he was a gritty, authentic voice, real lyrically, reflecting a world they knew.
Say X can't come in the hood. The fuck is they geeking for, man? My niggas love me, man. X can't come in the hood with. Ain't crazy, man. You feel crazy. Not big Baltimore murder lab, man.
In early 2017,
hey, real quick, coming to the hood ain't cool. On phone them, do your homework on coming to the hood. Stop coming to the hood. The hood is where people can go to jail at. Stop going there. And yeah, folks, that ain't no. Who said Big Soldier can't come to the hood? What the fuck I want to go over there for? If I go to the hood, I promise you, the only thing I'm doing is getting some food and getting out, because everybody know the hood got the good food. Do your homework on the good food. Oh, folks.
Lil X's life nearly ended when he was shot multiple times in broad daylight on the streets of South Baltimore.
Damn!
The shooting left him hospitalized for weeks and forced him into months of rehabilitation. Rumors spread quickly through the city. Some said it was a robbery gone wrong. Others claimed it was a result of simmering street beefs.
I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did?
Lil X himself would later mention the shooting in his music, making it clear.
Now, this the side of the street motherfuckers don't want to talk about. He got a pee bag, a bag, or something. He got some type of bag. He can't go to the bathroom regular. He can't even walk, shorty. You think I'm doing all this shit for some streets so I could be gangsta? Are you crazy? Y'all, man, y'all are insane, bro.
Wasn't hiding, and that it happened out in the open for everyone to see. Surviving the attack only fueled his reputation on the streets.
What the hell is wrong with these people?
In 2018, Lil X found himself locked in a heated feud with another South Baltimore rapper, Whiny Sosa, a beef that played out in diss tracks, threats, and rumors of more violence simmering just below the surface.
Uffin, why was you on my for, yo?
Oh my God, bro. Why is it?
What you on my for, yo? You ready to drop a song or something?
You getting on here talk about the wrong shit? Where your paperwork at? Where you try to hear all that?
Where my paperwork?
I wish I would be grown as hell somewhere and this smoking a cigarette in the crib on live with another grown man talking about where your paperwork. Like, what are y'all fucking crazy? Like, that shit sounds so stupid. Grown as bro in 1990. That 35. Come on, gang.
The paperwork, something, show it.
Paperwork to what?
You get locked up. Where's the police report? Something show it.
What the hell?
What you mean, show my, what you want me to show you my paperwork? What? You act like I went to court or something.
You got arrested?
What did you say?
Where's your
How
arrested?
you've been out for 10 years and ain't go to jail yet?
You can look, see, you sound like the police right now.
What did you talking
You
about?
sound like the police right now.
These
We
little
not doing
boys
nothing.
so stupid. These grown ass men stupid as hell.
What did you on got?
Stupid as hell.
Man, I'm
What do you
gone,
got
man.
in your mouth
You
for,
talk-
yo?
Man, you God, man. I'm God. Go ahead, on live. Start your own live. Start your own live.
But while all eyes were on the beef
Like,
and the
these
music,
niggas be weirdos,
something bigger
bro.
was moving in the background. State prosecutors would later reveal that Lorex wasn't just making music. He was building a new drug empire behind the scenes.
Talking about
By
behind the scenes.
2018,
This shit, I don't care.
Xavier Johnson was identified as the undisputed leader of the network, providing funding, clout, and connections to keep the entire operation running. In court, prosecutors called it an illegal enterprise and said Law X's rap career was the perfect cover. This was a major operation built on different layers.
It wasn't
Each person
a
claimed
perfect
the
cover
perfect cover.
because
This
he
was a
has
major
the
operation
crackheads
built
in the back, bro. These are heads, bro. Hey, listen, bro. I've been around for forever. Whether you believe it or not, I've been around. I'm finna roll up me some thunky. I done bought me a box of these right here. Can y'all see that? Do your homework on reversing the screen. Grabber, leaf, hemp, papers, king size, coldest since sliced bread. I'm telling y'all right now. I've been thunking since I was 15. I'm 26, 11 years. That's the best. This is the best thing. Y'all always ask me, Marco, what you rolling out of? That. Most of the time, this. Or I do this right here, this big ass box. I got it right here because y'all know I be rolling up all day. Anyway, I got it right here. I got the leaf, the whole leaf, and then I got the wraps and the crushed. Sometimes when I want to put a little something, you feel me? But anyway, so y'all, I'm finna mute it. But trust me, I know some cuts these, folks. I know some cuts these. That little section was just for my real thoinkers out there who be asking, you know what I'm saying, the homework.
on different layers, each person playing a part to keep the whole thing moving. There were street level distributors out on the corners handling sales and making sure the product reached the customers. Trusted lieutenants managed crews, handed down orders, and kept everything organized. Stash house managers were in charge of hiding the the money, and the guns, making sure nothing got left out in the open. Drivers kept the operation connected, transporting everything and everyone without catching any heat.
I'm sorry, bro. These don't look like no type of good managers. Do these look like they got any type of sense on hiding money? And they all look slow as. They look like they cuss these they damn self.
Peace mattered. That's how the network stayed strong
What's
day after
going
day.
on?
The organization, simply called the Enterprise in court documents, was scattered across Baltimore City. Its members were often Johnson's friends and family, lookouts, drivers, and street dealers who followed his orders. High-ranking lieutenants ran day-to-day operations, while Lil X moved in and out of the shadows. Investigators noted that Johnson routinely flew between Baltimore and Los Angeles, balancing studio sessions and drug deals on both coasts.
Yep.
At the Enterprise's core were stash houses, seemingly innocent apartments in downtown Baltimore, rented by operatives. Johnson himself ordered these safe houses. One press report describes how he directed a crew member to lease apartment 408 at 300 St. Paul Place, a waterfront high-rise near the Inner Harbor. Inside that apartment, deputies found heavy evidence of the trade: 2 kilograms of a handgun and drug packaging material.
Damn.
In fact, prosecutors say Johnson's crew maintained multiple stash houses around the city, all stocked with kilos of
It was Big Meech. Larry Hoover. Phone them great, do your homework on Larry Hoover.
heroin and firearms.
This
Nearly
was
all of
crazy.
the drugs they moved proved to be deadly or a mix of with other opioids. According to
Right.
Maryland's Attorney General,
They was
these
just
quantities
mixing
of
it. They was just mixing it and they was really out here unaliving people for real.
alone could kill 4 million people, enough to cripple the entire Baltimore metro area.
Yeah.
In music videos and on social media, Lorex openly bragged about this life. He and his associates used the
Yeah, he
internet to
own-
broadcast, promote, and advertise their hustle.
Then you own social media. Like, boy, y'all, boy, hey, boy, listen what I'm telling y'all. Short yellow bus kids. Do your homework on the short yellow bus kids. You got the long yellow bus. You got the medium yellow bus. And then you got the short yellow bus. These the little boys right here that was in I'm not trying to be funny at all. I am not trying to be funny at all. But these little boys right here was in the classroom with 5 people. Do your homework. These little boys right here wasn't changing classes in high school. Do your homework. I'm talking about on Tuesdays, they couldn't even count to 3. Couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time, folks. Like, I'm telling you, gang. You got to be a different type. How are you so smart to make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing something illegal? You got employees, managers, supervisors, general managers, presidents, lieutenants. You got the whole shit. How you this smart to do all that, but you not smart enough to not talk about it and post it on the internet, my guy? What are we talking about?
Johnson had turned his persona into a criminal brand. Even his rap stage name doubled as the gang's nickname. For outsiders, it may have looked like a flashy rap career, but police say every lyric was real to his streets.
He got his dumbass
Meanwhile, the enterprise quietly supplied to dozens of dealers throughout Baltimore. Veteran detectives compared Lil X's outfit to other famous city crews. Not an unorganized mob, but a tightly run operation that recalled the notorious Hillside gang that once terrorized Cherry Hill with heroin and violence. Johnson's empire only grew after early 2019. One high-profile member was Gerald G.J. Brown, a former Frederick Douglass High basketball star. Brown helped run one downtown stash house, but tragedy would follow. According to prosecutors, Brown said he was not going to go down after police raided that apartment, and days later, on June 7, 2019, Brown was shot and killed in West Baltimore. Brown's murder was later listed by investigators as one of the gang's known violent acts. By late 2019,
they were scared of him snitching. He said, I ain't going down. Okay. They was like, okay, yeah, you right. You right. You ain't going down.
Johnson's group had attracted intense law enforcement attention. An eviction notice in November 2019 led sheriff's deputies to discover large amounts of hidden inside a tenant's home. This was the key that unlocked the case. Over months of wiretaps and undercover buys, state and federal investigators mapped out the enterprise's network. They watched Lil X make pickup runs, oversee stash house swaps, and order deliveries.
Oh, overseas.
Officers noted that Lil X's signature broadcasts of gang signs, cryptic messages on Instagram coincided with.
And now he in a mud shot. I don't even know what happened though. You know what happened? And you told us what happened. Man, this dumb as hell, boy. Like, this is so, like, I'm
raids
never
and
ceases
drug
to
drops.
amaze me, shorty,
Then,
I promise.
in October 2020, the net finally closed in.
God!
In a major raid reported by TV News, detectives arrested Xavier Johnson along with 18 alleged members of his crew on a 42-count indictment. They seized stacks of cash, 9 kilograms of heroin, and multiple handguns. Johnson was charged under Maryland's new anti-gang laws as the leader of the conspiracy. Overnight, the South Baltimore Godfather's free reign was over. Baltimore streets had seen many player-turned-poets, but Lil X's story was stranger than fiction. As police gathered evidence, the line between rap and crime blurred.
Come on,
into
bro.
one
Look at the white boy dancing in the front.
As police
That
gathered
is a
evidence,
custody dancing for a fix right now.
the line between rap and crime blurred into one chilling tale of ambition and betrayal.
Feeling good today. We in trap. You know my pop, boo. Whatever you pull out, you can have it, boo. You pull everything out. I ain't even gonna look. You pull it out. You got my belt. 10. You can have that. I'm feeling good today, man. Go in my pocket. Go in my pocket. Go in my pocket. Pull out 1 bill, you can have it. Just 1 bill. You pull out more than 1 bill. Go ahead.
The skinny Debo. That out there being Debo and Jesus. Well, I ain't gonna say Jesus. Don't do that. Hold on. Smack. Phone the grade. Being Debo and Martin Luther King at the same time, folks. He out here giving back to the people and threatening them to smack them. And selling them fake.
Go in my pocket, pull out $1 bill, you can have it. Just $1 bill. $1 bill, you can have it. $1 bill, you can have it. It's $1 bill, boy. Just go ahead. This, you feeling good? We give back to the community. They just go in my pocket. Pull out $1 bill. Pull out more than $1 bill. Oh, excuse me. You feeling good in the trenches today? Yeah!
Violence and armed showdowns followed. In December
You would think
2019,
you'd say, "Fucking shut the hell up, wouldn't you?"
Johnson was observed giving to a lieutenant, Tyree Holmes, and later that day, 2 of Holmes's crew were arrested with 150 capsules and a handgun in South Baltimore. In January 2020, one gang member, Dante Jones, led police on a high-speed chase. He drove a car full of at over 40 fence, crashing through curbs and trying to dump capsules out the window before being stopped. Just weeks later, after another stash house raid, Johnson reportedly handed a pistol to an associate, a teenager named Jamontaz Mitchell, and then both men fled into the building to hide. These incidents showed Johnson's crew using firearms and daring escapes to protect their operation. By early 2020, police pressure intensified. On March 7, 2020, officers executed multiple search warrants on locations tied to Johnson's gang. At one address, 2801 Mulberry Street, an associate named Terry Jones was found with a stolen handgun and thousands of dollars in drug sales cash. In the same sweep, another stash site at 2819 Mulberry yielded 4.7 kilograms of mostly mixtures, along with hazmat suits and drug packaging equipment. These raids exposed just how large and dangerous the enterprise was, with leaders handling weapons, heavy cash, and vast amounts of. In July 2020, Maryland authorities charged Johnson and 18 others in a 42-count indictment for gang and drug crimes. The court papers detailed the violent and drug acts above as part of the conspiracy. Notably, no one was charged with murder, even though Brown's killing is described as an overt act of the gang. In September 2023, Johnson pleaded guilty to leading the gang and to drug distribution charges. By early 2024, he was sentenced to 15 years in prison, with most time suspended for his role in the fentanyl operation. Nearly all of his co-defendants
I thought they was gonna get that 40. You know, back in the day, they drug dealers like that, they catch all that evidence, boy, your ass get out at 52 for an 8-ball. Do y'all work on that 8-ball? So I thought for sure they was gonna wash his ass up. He only got 15. We just reacted to Tory Lanez. He got 10 years for who don't. They don't even know if she got shot. Yeah.
Guilty or were convicted of related crimes, bringing many terms of incarceration for the enterprise members. In late 2023 and early 2024, the long-running Lorex case reached its climax. In September 2023, Xavier Lorex Johnson quietly pleaded guilty in Baltimore Circuit Court to leading a drug and gang conspiracy. Under a negotiated deal, Judge Lawrence Daniels agreed to impose a 40-year term with 25 years suspended, effectively meaning Johnson would serve about 15 years. Crucially, the judge bound himself to that agreement with the first 10 years of incarceration without parole, but warned Johnson that he would have 25 years hanging over his head as a contingency.
So if he basically got 40 years, but he only got to do 15. Once he got to do a mandatory of 10, I think. So if once he do 10, he'd be eligible for parole, but that don't mean he gonna get out. But he's definitely gonna get out at 15 years. But when he get out at 15, he gonna have 25 more years. Basically saying if he do anything illegal with drugs, another gun charge, anything, his ass going back to jail to do that 25. You know what I'm saying?
The plea also left open a legal twist. Johnson retained the right to appeal an earlier ruling about tainted evidence in the case. His original attorney, Kenneth Ravenel, had argued that a deputy lied on a search affidavit. Ravenel's later disgrace, he lost his license after a federal conviction led to a new attorney and the plea deal. On February 13, 2024, the courtroom was tense. Judge Daniels recounted Johnson's central role in the Southwest Baltimore network and the gang's overt acts, including a 2019 murder, before announcing the sentence. He imposed 40 years, but immediately suspended the bulk, so Johnson would only serve 15 years. Daniels even turned quip into threat. He's going to have 25 years hanging over his head, he said. The judge leaned in to address Johnson directly. I gotta tell you, Mr. Johnson, if you so much as spit on the sidewalk, I'll give you all of it. In those moments, Lorex himself spoke. He apologized, promised change,
so much as spit on the sidewalk, I'm giving your ass all of it. Damn.
Vowed to use any second chance for good. After the verdict, Johnson told the court, "I promise you that when I come out, I'm gonna make a difference." His tone was earnest, a far cry from his gangster lyrics, and a reminder of the dramatic contrast between the public persona and these final moments in court. The official judgment meant Johnson faces 15 years locked up, with a decade of no parole, and the looming specter that the rest could be reimposed if he violates the terms. In effect, he would enter prison with a legal leash and a long shadow hanging behind him. Johnson, 33, has had no prior convictions on record. This was his first major criminal sentence. There were no other speakers at sentencing, no family testimonials, no victim statements were reported, and prosecutors simply affirmed the agreement. Johnson's new lawyer, John Cox, did not dispute the facts. All indications are that Johnson accepted this fate to avoid trial. As Johnson was led out of court, the long saga of the Lorex case, nearly 4 years in the making, seemed to conclude, but eyes quickly turned to the unanswered questions. Notably, prosecutors never charged Johnson with the 2019 murder of Gerald Brown, the local basketball star whose killing had been linked to Johnson's crew. Media reports noted that Brown's shooting was listed as one of the gang's overt acts in the indictment, but Johnson escaped murder charges. On the courthouse steps, a hushed question hung in the air. Would investigators ever fully explain Brown's death or Johnson's exact role? That question, plus talk of Johnson's suspended sentence, fueled rumors that he might have cooperated to some degree, though none of that was ever confirmed in open court. Meanwhile, none of the other co-defendants got similar public attention. Johnson's case originally named 18 other alleged gang members, but news outlets reported little about their fate. It appears many have quietly accepted lesser deals or remain in custody pending trial. One thing is clear, Johnson was treated as the big fish. No major trials of his comrades made headlines during this period. This lack of information spawned community chatter about what came next. Would others be rolled up? Or was this a singular takedown? Across Baltimore, reactions were mixed but intense. In Cherry Hill and other southwest neighborhoods where Laura X had roots, some residents expressed relief that a notorious dealer was off the streets, especially one blamed for much of the local. Community advocates who had long decried the flood of drugs into their neighborhoods treated the outcome as a victory for public safety, but others worried about a power vacuum. Local street accounts and social media buzzed with uncertainty. If not Johnson, then who supplies now? Some older residents sighed that while justice was served in this one case, the underlying problems, addiction, poverty, violence, remained. In the Baltimore rap scene, the mood was somber. Peers of Lorex in the local hip-hop community offered condolences and cautionary words rather than celebrations. A few tweeted the judge's quote about the suspended 25 years and Johnson's promise to make a difference, reflecting on how precarious the path can be. No major Baltimore rap star publicly defended Johnson's actions, but neither did they simply villainize him. Instead, many used the news to raise awareness about addiction and the cycle of violence in the city. On Instagram and Twitter, hashtags like Free Lower Racks and South Baltimore.
Man, lock that ass up. We don't even want to hit nothing else, folks. Lock that up. And as I'm watching them do this cooking right here, I've realized that a lot of rappers have snitched on themselves. It ain't really even nothing new, folks. They just taking it to another level now. But a lot of rappers be having pots and, you feel me, snitching on themselves in their music videos and their songs. At least back in the day, some of the rappers used to wait until they wasn't selling no more to rap about it. These dumb ass be selling and they talking about the that they selling right now.